morning and welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1046 and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my garden studio. If you are joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you have questions for me. Let me know if you've been crafting today. I have lots to share with you today, but I will wait a few minutes for people to pop over from pre-chat and notifications. So I'll just sit here and see what comes in. Hi Val, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hi Lily, good morning. I'm watching comments over here. I can see better from this distance. Good morning, Grace, Judy, Diane, Judy, Joe, good morning. Maybe I'll put it here so I'm not looking so far away from the camera. Hi Lisa and Judy, good morning. So much to share with you today. So many exciting things. Hi Leona. Hi Lori, good morning. Hi Marianne. So glad you all can be here. Hi Kathy and Christine and Wendy. Good morning everybody and happy Tuesday. Hi Sean and Donna. Welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1046 and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my garden studio. If you are joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting. Let me know if you have questions for me. We have lots to talk about today, starting with these two pieces here. So I released a knitting pattern today called the Bubbly shawl. It's a top-down knit construction with beautiful bubble medallions. Aren't they gorgeous? It's a top-down increasing shawl with a beautiful detailed chart. And no, this is not a beginner pattern. I would say it's more of an intermediate, but I will be sharing a tutorial video where I go through the first repeat of the pattern and show you all of the stitches that you'll need to know to make it. There are quite a few stitches involved to make this really gorgeous medallion, but once I show you step by step how to do it, you can, if you can follow directions, you can absolutely make it. Isn't that amazing? And then I made an edging that has a little bit of a scallop to it and more of that bubble texture. So we have some larger eyelet holes here and then a picot bind off, and I thought all together the whole thing just reminded me of bubbles. Reminded me of the bubbles, the effervescent bubbles in champagne or sparkling water. This was a 3-ball project in Be So Luxe yarn, which means it's a #2 sport weight yarn, and I used about 475 yards, and you can see the size. It's just shy of 80 inches wide and a little more than 30 inches long. I did make it this size so that I could also wear it to the beach as a sarong. I think it'll work to cover my bathing suit a little bit. Let's see, will it wear this way? No, I wouldn't wear it that way anyway. I would wear it as a sarong, and I'll wear it as a shawl. You could wear it just traditionally over your back like a shawl like this and tie it in the front. You could clip it in the front. Yeah, that would be really cute too. And you saw this morning I'm wearing it up on the side like that, but you could also wear it as a cowl. So if we put the point in the front, yes, it's a top-down construction, so you could definitely make it smaller. If you made it smaller, you could even make this a headscarf too. So if you put the point in the front and gather it a little bit, bring these pieces around, and then zhuzh this up a little bit, then you've got a cowl, or one of those neckerchiefs, I think is what they call it. Not quite sure. But yes, top-down construction, so you can end the shawl wherever you want. You could make this larger or you could make it smaller. The pattern's available right now on my website, and I will be doing a video tutorial for it very soon. And I used #2 sport weight yarn, but because it's a top-down construction, you could make it in any weight yarn. You could make it in anything from lace all the way up to chunky. It does not matter. Top-down construction means you make it until you're ready to be done. Does not matter. Thank you, Kat. yeah, okay, Lori's saying she has 2.5 balls of something left from a previous project. Don't forget, you could also add a different color for the bottom of it also. Top-down construction works really well for adding a second color if you run out of yarn. Because it has that V formation, it makes a nice border if you need to dip into a different color. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, Judy. I'm also wearing another pattern. I forgot. This is another crochet sleeve on tank top pattern. I wore a different style of it yesterday with the candy off the shoulder ruffled embellishment, and this one is making sleeves onto that same style of tank top. This one is called the Jasmine top, and it's sleeves with a tie back here. And the reason why I added the tie is because sometimes when you're adding sleeves to tank top straps, you know those super skinny spaghetti strap tank tops, the weight of it pulls the straps off your shoulder, or maybe my tank tops just aren't that tight to begin with. And I find that if adding the sleeve makes the tank top strap go off your shoulder too much, and you don't want that, like if that's the look you're going for, that's fine too. There's a time and a place for everything. But if you need more control of keeping those sleeves up, making 2 chains across the back and tying them is not only cute, but also super functional. And then I added some tassels to the ties just to give it some interest back there, and also to give it a little bit of weight so that it dangles down the center back properly. Jane made the Jasmine top. Wonderful. Hi, Edna. Yes, and I'm wearing that skirt that I bought a while back, or this high-low skirt that I got on Amazon. I thought the red in here was going to look really cute with the red shawl that I'm wearing today, and I actually do think they look super cute together. It has a really pretty print to it, but then it has border prints around the hem that I think are super flattering, especially with that high-low, especially with, what was I saying? Especially with the high-low hemline. It also has a super thick elastic waistband, which I like for tucking in my top. You could also wear a belt over it. I've worn a wide stretchy belt over it before too. This outfit would look super cute with a jean jacket or with a jean vest. Because of the sleeve detail, wearing a vest so that you can see that sleeve popping through would be super pretty as well. Edna made the Isabella shawl with all the vibrant flowery colors. That's wonderful. If you feel so inclined, please share it on my website. We have that wonderful feature called Share a Project, where you can share your projects that you've made with my yarns or my patterns, and then everybody else can get inspired by what you've made, and you can get comments and compliments from everybody else who sees your projects too. Super fun. That's great. Marianne started the Margot cardigan. Wonderful. Great. And I've got my little Inno fan out here with me. I am so glad I met the people that started this company. When did we meet them? Last year, maybe a little longer. I have 2 of them now, and living in an RV, which means I'm living inside and outside in Southwest Florida with the tropical heat, means I am running these fans all day, every day. When one's charging, one's not, because they have a super long battery life. 3 settings for speed. Generally speaking, I use the low unless I'm super hot, then I might go to medium or high, but the low is pretty much fine for me because I don't like a lot of air in my face. It also has a light on it, and it has a diffuser if you wanted to add essential oils. I don't really use those very much. I just use it for the fan. It is super quiet too. I'm gonna put it up next to the camera. Can you even hear it? There's the back. You can probably hear the wind movement of it more than you can hear the actual machinery of it. Not machinery, whatever. Jane's working on Aveline and Vivid. That's wonderful. Thanks, Lisa. I didn't think you would. Hi, Ellen. Good morning. Okay, I've got a couple of questions for you too before I do want to tell you what this is, but we'll save that for a minute. I want to ask you a couple of questions. So you know I'm releasing a new book right now called Crochet Power, and it is in the pre-order state right now. It's available for sale on my website as the paperback in pre-order. If you order it while it's still in pre-order, I will be gifting you the ebook for free. It's a $12.99 value. Great deal. Once the books are shipping, they will know that then the ebook will be available separate from the paperback book. And it'll also be available on Amazon all over the world. I did not get rid of my air fryer, Donna. I am going to keep it here, and I'll explain why in a minute. What I wanted to mention is I know there's lots of reasons why people prefer to shop on Amazon than shop with me. Number one, shipping cost. If you belong to Amazon Prime, in the US even, you're going to get free shipping. If you're ordering from Amazon wherever you live around the world, I don't know if it's shipping or not, but it's going to certainly be less expensive than shipping internationally, ordering directly from me. However, I know that people like to order directly from me to get the autographed copy and get the inscription inside. So my question is, would you like me to offer book plates for sale on my website? A book plate is a sticker that's about this big that I would have signed so that you could put it inside your book, so that if you ordered from Amazon in the US or in other countries, you could still get an autographed copy. The thing is, Amazon's really important to me as well. I understand that it's important to all of you, but anybody that orders my books through Amazon and can leave a review with Amazon makes Amazon pay attention to me better. So then if I'm getting great reviews on a book, they'll help promote the book better. But when we're always promoting the autographed copy, since that's what everybody wants through my website, I can't offer that through Amazon because I don't ship for Amazon. So my question to you is, how valuable or important would the book plates be? I wouldn't charge very much for them, the minimum $1, and so it would be $1 plus shipping that I would charge. But is it something that you would prefer to have as an option for my books when you're ordering from elsewhere? So I just want to put that out there. If you want to answer me now in the live comments, fine. If you could come back and answer me in the fixed comments, then I have a better way of gathering the information and seeing if it's worth it, important, or what have you. And obviously, it would still not be mandatory. It'll be available, but you can still order directly from me if that's what you prefer. Obviously, I could make them even specific for each book so that you get the right inscription as well. But I have a feeling a lot of people would prefer shopping on Amazon if they could still get the autographed and the personalized copy. So I just wanted to open that up and see if that's of any interest to anybody. You know, that's a good point that you bring up, Kat. She says it's a good option for a present. That's always been available on my website as well. If you are ordering a copy for a friend, there is a place to put in your order to personalize it to someone else, not just the person who has placed the order. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Great. All right, I have 2 surprises for you today too. Who wants to hear a surprise? You know, there's pluses and minuses to both, Lori, so yes. Okay, so, I have more. I have 3 surprises today, actually. All right, so we'll start with one. One is I wrote a new article and published it this morning on my blog or news or whatever you want to call it on my website. Top 8 tips for knitting and crocheting with stash yarn. I thought we started a really wonderful conversation about it yesterday on the show, podcast, whatever. And so I wrote a blog post about it today, and you can go to my website and read that. It is the most recent news article on my website. I think there's a lot of information there, and I did open it up to everybody. If you have other tips that you would like to share, pop them in the comments there, and we can all read them and all be inspired by each other. Okay, so surprise 2 and 3. Who's ready? Okay, so I am going through old patterns that either don't have videos or need improved videos, and trying to build up the video library for patterns. I know it's so important to everybody to have that supplemental video tutorial for patterns, so as I'm just working my way through things as best that I can, and I redid the videos for this little cutie. This isn't the full-size shawl, for the Key West Coral Crochet Shawl, which is a fan favorite and lots of people have enjoyed making it, and I decided to redo the videos for it, and I did it in a different weight yarn just to show you that a top-down construction, just like we talked about with the Bubbly this morning, means you have you can make it in any weight yarn and just finish the repeat wherever you want to finish it. And this pattern will tell you what row to finish on so that the edging will always work out perfectly with the right repeat. So in the video part 1 that's going to premiere right after the show today at 9:30, I'm going to go over how to get started and what the pattern repeat is. There's a pattern repeat of 4 rows, rows 5 through 8. You repeat rows 5 through 8 for whatever size shawl you want based on whatever size yarn you're using. And then in the video part 2 that's going to premiere right after that at 10 o'clock, I'm going to show you how to do the edging. So now I'll bring this closer so you can see this beautiful stitch pattern. It's got offset little pearls, or I don't know, the design is really pretty. I love those, maybe not quite eggs, maybe they're just large pearls. And then I used parts of the stitch pattern and just enlarged them to create an edging that complements the shawl so beautifully, and added a scallop to it. So the edging is a 2-row pattern, and you can learn that in the video part 2 today. So in part 1 I'll show you how to get started and what to repeat for the shawl, and in video part 2 I will show you how to do the edging. Super easy. Oh, you know what, there's another reason, there's another way to use up stash yarn. Top-down increasing shawls. You work them until you run out of yarn. And if you want to keep going, then you pick another color. Like, you could do this whole shawl in one color and then do the edging in a second color, and that would really amplify that scallop portion as well. Let's see. Yes, it's really wonderful that Judy adds the live links while we're talking here, but if you click on those links while we're live, it takes you away from the show, and you'll have to come back and watch the show to catch everything. And in case you want to skip those live links, all of the links that Judy shares and everything that I talk about is available in the show notes as soon as the show's over, or within, minutes, an hour, something like that. It's definitely on my list. I have a very long list of projects that I am making videos for, and yes, I just said every pattern that doesn't have supplemental videos for now is definitely on that list, and they are on that list prioritized by the number of people asking for them. I'm just going to go through the list as best I can. I did make this with Be So Baby yarn, so I made this sample in number 3 DK weight yarn, and the original shawl was done in number 1 fingering weight yarn. And as you can see, it's still lacy, it's still beautiful. You can make lace with any weight yarn. The key is making sure that you use a large enough hook. When you're, let's say you're wanting to make a solid fabric, depending on what size yarn you're using or what weight yarn you're using, you're going to use a much different hook for a solid fabric than you are for lace. So like in a DK weight yarn, you might use a 3.5 or 4 millimeter hook, maybe even a 3.25 millimeter hook for a solid fabric. But to do lace like this, I used a 5 millimeter hook. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I have had such allergies lately. Okay. Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so Mickey clicks the link so that she has it in an open tab and then comes right back to the show. Oh, that makes a lot of sense when you follow the live links. Lori, would this be good in multiple colors? Let's see. It is an offset pattern, so that's a great question. When patterns are offset like this, let's see if I can get it in front of the white background. You're starting a new motif before you finish the last motif. So if you were doing this in stripes, you would lose the texture of the stitch pattern if you added stripes, unless you did tonal stripes. If you did subtle color changes, then you would still see the lace as well. But if you went with high contrast colors, I think you would lose some of the texture. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show this in a variegated yarn this morning. With soft colors in the variegated yarn, you're still seeing the stitch pattern very well. If the colors in the variegated yarn were high contrast and busy, you would lose some of the texture of the lace pattern as well. So there's pluses and minuses. Sometimes it's really wonderful. Sometimes the stitch pattern lends itself really well to lots of color, and sometimes stitch patterns lend themselves really well to subtle or simple colors. Yes, I really like having this white fence behind me. It helps a lot for showing the stitch patterns, like this one too, like we did earlier. It really helps to see it and see how, oh, it's so pretty. I just love it. I love both of these. Who doesn't love a top-down increasing shawl, for one thing? They're so fun to make. Thank you for the blessing. Marlon and Jess are doing well, thank you. They just moved into their new apartment together, and I got to see the apartment yesterday, and I helped them unpack their clothes. They want my help in organizing themselves, which I think is absolutely adorable. So yesterday I helped them figure out where to put stuff in their closet. I ended up doing the work too, so I don't, but it came from a really innocent place of them asking me. They want me to help them get the most efficient use of their space and organize, so they want me to do it in their kitchen as well. And I said I would be more than happy to help them organize their closet, their bathroom, and their kitchen. And I also gifted them all of their furniture. They're taking all the furniture that I had to let go of in my old house. So they're taking my sectional couch, my dining room table and chairs, my bar stools, and my king-size bed. So I am so happy to know that all of my special belongings are going to a good home and for a good cause to help the people that I love. All right, does anybody have any other questions? I didn't bring out any of my Create, Share, Inspire notebooks this morning, so I found a place where you can randomly pick a quote off the internet. So I found one that I happen to absolutely love. This one I have printed on my fridge I've actually designed a graphic, like just for myself to make it pretty, and I've printed this and put it on my fridge on and off many, many times over the year, and it is always believe that something is wonderful is about to happen. I messed up, let me say it again. Always believe something wonderful is about to happen. There's something about setting your mind to a place of hope and excitement that I think brings fresh energy to a situation and to the day or even the moment that worry and fear don't. And so it is a gentle reminder, but it is also a powerful reminder. Always believe that something wonderful is about to happen. Doesn't matter what subject, but something wonderful is about to happen. And I think adding hope to any situation is really powerful. Having said that, I'm still not wearing eye makeup. My eyes are still swollen and a mess from my allergies. Anyway, if you would care to close your eyes with me, if you trust me, close your eyes. I'll let you know when I open mine back up so that we can relax together and enjoy nature and take a little breather from our eyes for a minute. We're going to close our eyes for 30 seconds and just relax and enjoy the moment. And maybe we'll hear the birds too. So close your eyes, starting now. Okay, I've opened my eyes back up. I hope you feel refreshed from that. If you are so inclined and would like to join me at 9:30, how many minutes is that from now? 5 minutes from right now, you can watch video part 1 for how to make this beautiful top-down increasing crochet shawl in video part 1. And then in part 2 that will live premiere at 10 a.m. this morning, I'll show you how to do the 2-row edging. And as long as you end on the correct row of the shawl, the edging repeat will work out beautifully no matter how large or small you make the shawl, no matter what size weight yarn you use to make the shawl. You can do it in lace weight, through chunky, you can end on however many repeats you want. I'm going to explain it all in the videos. Hopefully you will join me for that, and they are live premieres, which means we can chat the whole time, and if you have questions for me, I can answer them for you live. Okay. Oh, and thank you, Judy. And also, if you are one of my Patreon subscribers and you are level 2 or higher, tomorrow is the live chat that we do behind the scenes every month, 4th Wednesday of every month, and it's for Patreon subscribers that are level 2 and higher. They all get a link to this private behind the scenes chat, and we're going to do it tomorrow at noon, so I wanted to give everybody a reminder about that. If you are interested in joining my Patreon, you can find information about that in the video description as well. But if you're already subscribed in level 2 or higher, tomorrow's the day we're going to do the behind the scenes chat. Okay, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed all the show and tells, chatting with me and everyone else. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I will see you in a couple minutes for the live premieres of this shawl tutorial. Okay, bye.